Literally learn it and I master it, and then I get bored and then I move on to the next thing. But they were a little cheap. Oops, did I say that on camera? You want to be a basketball player, but you can't be a basketball player because you're not even tall enough? Well, maybe you should be like a referee. Hi guys, I'm just glad to be back with another video. We have a different production today. Today we're filming with our R10. I have a mic on because I bought a pair of mics, Movo mics, okay? I wish I could show you guys, but I'm using them. So I'm testing that out. I haven't used this camera in a very long time. So the update for this video is that I was very ill. I was sick. I was so sick. I'm not gonna say I was like overdue, but I haven't gotten sick in like 3 years. So I was not expecting for this small cold to just be like quick. Like, it was intense, it was horrific, it was disgusting. I'm not sure when I'm gonna go get my nails done. It's not in my agenda right now. It really isn't. Like, I know I have to go do it, but I guess it's just not my priority right now to get my nails done, because child, there's so many things I have to do this week. But let me tell you guys what we're doing. We're gonna chit chat. Okay, and we're gonna clean up our cuticles, okay? I know that having your nails done is like a good thing and it shows how clean you are and whatever, and that's fine. But when you don't have time like me to go get your nails done, I haven't had time, honestly, in the longest time. I've just been busy, and right now I don't feel like, well, one, I don't feel like going. Two, I'm sick, so I don't want to like expose the girls to get sick. What kind of person would I be? So that's why I'm not going, but I need to make sure that my cuticles are clean, okay? So where I go, they don't really clean up your cuticles, and I have to make sure that when I go, my cuticles are good to go, because sometimes they be like hurting you if you don't take care of your cuticles. A small fun fact is that I learned to do nails in Mexico. I always knew how to do nails. I put it to practice, and I used to do my nails. I used to do my niece's nails, my neighbor's nails. Yeah, I was a nail tech for about 3 months until my back started hurting, and I said, what am I doing? I send all my love to all the nail techs out there, and that's great that you guys do all of that, you know? Being a nail tech is definitely not in my bingo card. I just did it for fun, and then word came, my niece, and she would come every 3 weeks, and I'm like, girl, I love you, but this is not how we're supposed to spend time. Like, yeah, no. And then honestly, I feel like doing your own nails takes a long time. It would take me 4 hours to get my nails done. Do my own nails. And then I feel like 4 hours went by. I felt so, me personally, I felt so unproductive. I felt like those 4 hours, I could have honestly been doing something more with my time, like more productive. I could have read a book. So then I stopped. And I said, you know what? I'd rather go get them done. And I still didn't go get them done. But I would do my gel nails or whatever, keep them clean, which is what we're doing now. So yeah, basically I was a nail tech for about 3 months. So I was like, no, maybe like the 21-year-old me who went to cosmetology school, she was proud of me now. I'm not saying I'm not proud that I know how to do nails. Like, yeah, it's a cool little thing. It's like a hobby, something you didn't know about me. Every hobby that I like learn, I take it to the next level. I just don't sit here and learn for fun, for shits and giggles. I literally learn it and I master it, and then I get bored and then I move on to the next thing. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I learned to love it. Love what it is that you learn until you get bored. So yeah, That's basically my nail tech story. I became a nail tech till I got bored, and then my back started hurting, and then yeah. So I did go to cosmetology school when I was 21 back in San Jose. That's where I met my great people. I met like the girls I was supposed to meet during that time. My group of friends, oh, they're amazing. I kind of lost touch with them, obviously, after being out here. And just life, everybody just went through life. Some became moms, some became wives, some became single, some just... But I love my cosmetology friends. Anyway, so that's like another fact about me. I went to cosmetology school. This is what I hated and what I loved. I hated doing perms. I feel like everybody hated doing perms. I hated doing manicures, pedicures. I hated doing pedis. And then I loved doing highlights and ombres. That was like my thing. I also loved blow dries. Am I the queen of blow drying hair? I give myself that. I love blow dries. I love blow dries on the thick Indian hair. I had Indian clients that would come, one in specific, and she had a lot of hair, but I loved her hair. That was so pretty. So yeah, I think that was most my specialty. Anyways, enough about cosmetology school. It was good. That school was a fraud. They made you sign a contract. Obviously, every place does. And on that contract, they tell you what they're gonna teach you. Let me tell you what they didn't teach me. They didn't teach you how to run a business. They didn't teach you how to run a salon. Was that on my contract? Yeah. Anyways, I finished the program. As much as I didn't want to finish it, I wanted to give up. I remember the state board class was horrific. It made me not even want to go through with it. All that hard work. And honestly, the price for the school was like $25,000. That could have been like a down payment on a house if you ask me. And then you would go to like a community college, and the cosmetology program was like $8,000. So it still wasn't bad, but I'm like, better than what I signed up for a girl who lived in East San Jose at the time. I had to drive all the way to, Saratoga. It was not pleasant. I didn't have to drive, my mom drove me. So we had to make that sacrifice. Anyways, that's the story of a cosmetology school. And my friends here were like, you should do cosmetology here. Child, I've been there, done that. That is not for me. I'm a grown woman now. I'm not saying that because you go to cosmetology school, you're not a grown woman, but I'm like, that's not what I'm getting to. Let me get this little drill out. But what I am saying, I'm gonna get this thing out. That's not for me. I definitely outgrew that. For me, what I got out of that, honestly, was that I would do my own maintenance. Up to this day, I do my own maintenance, except my nails. I do my eyebrows, I do my haircuts, I do my hair dyes, I do my armpit waxes. I already said my eyebrow wax. I even did my own Brazilian. They didn't teach me that in cosmetology school. At one point, I was doing my own Brazilians, and then I stopped because I just couldn't handle the pain anymore. My mom comes to Mexico for me to cut her hair, do her hair. I do my mom's maintenance. When I was back home, my cousins would ask me to do their hair. I would do it, but they were a little cheap. Oops, did I say that on camera? I'm still sick. Excuse the cough, excuse the voice. So I already pushed my cuticles back. I'm gonna go in with my drill. Give me a second. So anyways, this is my first drill I did. I'm gonna go in with my second little thing. I'm gonna go with the thinner one. Anyways, so as I was saying, is that's what I got out of cosmetology school. How I do my own. So anyways, when I used to have a friend out here, well, she's still my friend, but I got bored and I outgrew that friendship. Anyways, what happened was that she's telling me like, look, you already know everything. Go get a class here, because in Mexico it's easier to go learn cosmetology, a 6-month program, and then you get your certificate and you're done. You can go work anywhere. So I was like, no, sure, she was right. But then I'm like, no, that's not me. Like, I outgrew that phase in my life. I feel like being a hairstylist and all that good stuff, it's good for the people who love it. But for me, I don't love it. I don't love doing it on other people. It's kind of weird. I've done my aunt's highlights here and she's loved them. Like, she's had like, oh my goodness, like, they're good or whatever. But I didn't, like, I got tired. I was like, oh, I enjoyed doing it. Like, the adrenaline is good, but it's not good for me now. I don't like moving fast. I don't like it. So it's not for me. Maybe the younger me was like, let's do it, because she was so full of adrenaline. But me now, I'm cool. I'm good off of that. So that's when I quit my career as a nail tech. I decided to quit my career as a nail tech. And that's when I started looking at the bigger picture of, well, where do I want to be? Because it's not going to be in the beauty industry. I love doing makeup, not on the people. I love doing makeup. I love teaching. I've taught my nieces about makeup, but I don't like doing people's makeup. It's not like, oh, maybe I'm better at doing YouTube videos talking about makeup than actually being a makeup artist. So yeah, I mean, I feel like in the beauty industry, there's like so many things you can do. You don't have to be a hairstylist. You don't have to be a makeup artist. There's so many things that you can be in makeup. You can be a teacher. You can be like, teach about certain things or sell a product. It's a lot. So that's why I don't care. I didn't trip off of it. I was like, The importance is that you know what is for you and what is not for you. And that phase in my life was definitely not my thing. So when I put 2 and 2 together and I was like, that's not gonna help me pay my bills. And I was like in a bit of a struggle situation with living situation. So we had to make ends meet. When I say we, I was talking about me and my mom. So it was like, finishing cosmetology school wasn't going to give me a job where I'm like, I could jump in, make money right away. When that happened, so then after that, I got 3 jobs. I was a bottle service girl at night. It was literally like 10 years ago, and I was just talking to my friend about it yesterday. I'm like, John. So I was a bottle service girl, and I was a professional during the day. I think that's how it went. I think that's how the story went. I was working bottle service. I remember that for sure. At the time, I was making good money as a bottle service. So I was doing that, and I was working for a fencing company during the day. That was my 9 to 5. And my 5 to 10, I was working at a counter at Macy's, doing what I do best. Not selling makeup. Well, I was selling makeup, but I didn't even like it. I signed up for it because the counter manager reached out to me. I was like, fine, I'll do it. And in my head, I'm like, how am I going to do 3 jobs while I did it? I was working 3 jobs. I feel like that's how my transition ended up, me being up in property management. So after that season, something happened with the club. They closed down the club, or some weird stuff was going around the club. I think the city came to the club because they were paying us under the table, and they like shut the club down or something. I don't know what happened. I wasn't working that day. Anyways, so they shut the club down. I don't know what strings the owner pulled, and then they reopened the club, but they didn't call us back. And if they called me back to train the new girls, and I was like, oh, hold on. No. I was like one of the best selling bottles. And now you're telling me that I have to train the newbies, but I'm not getting my job back. Good luck with that. 2, 3, 4, okay. So I removed myself from that specific club. I knew promoters. I knew a specific promoter, and he would always reach out to me if he had gigs or like needed a bottle service. He would always look out for me. because we had like a good working history. So anyway, I was still trying to hold on to that job, have gigs here and there. I would always have a gig on New Year's Eve though. Like there was no doubt after the upcoming years. And then I met other people. I had other friends, and when they needed something, I would be on call or they'd call me for favors. Anyways, I was over it. I was over the club industry because promoters are just annoying. The people in the industry were just so disgusting. And I say disgusting, like greedy. Like, I worked for a promoter who, like, I'm not gonna say names, but I was very well taken care of. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. I would get walked to the car. I would get, like, nobody would touch me. Somebody disrespects me, they're out of the club. Like, me and my girl, we would get taken care of. Like, even the security guards would give me rides home, and like, it was more like a family. Anyway, so I ended up going to the city. I worked, like, I knew that wasn't for me. Like, that, first of all, the environment, I was just kind of like outgrowing it. Like, I was always there to make money. Like, don't get me wrong, I had fun, but my priority was get my bag and dip. I would never like I was just about my shit. One thing you weren't gonna do was stock my bag. And I'm not gonna go into detail about that, because I had to eat. I had a place to live. I had to pay rent. I had to, like, you know. Anyways, so I'm still working my 9 to 5. And I'm over here, like, handling, like, the water and making sure the guys don't be hitting pipeline. I was literally, like, it was just me and the owner, and I was making him a lot of money. There was a lot of people that owed him money for, like, years, and I'm like, pay up, my darling. And one thing that I did was make sure that those people paid him. And I think that the thing about me is that I never took no for an answer. Like, you were gonna pay, ma'am. I never took no for an answer, and that's how I got him his money back. He would pay me good, and when I made that money, like, if I made him his money from the people that owed him, like, he would give me some extra. So it was good. I helped him run the business. The thing about that job is his wife, she got jealous. Not of him, because he wasn't a handsome man. Like, no. She got jealous because she wanted to help him run the business, but because she didn't know English, she couldn't help him. Like, that was like, you would have messed up the whole business. Anyways, I walked out of that job in 2016 because he brought me a girl. And I don't know why my old jobs were like this. Like, they see what I brought to the table, and then they would want me to show the new people. I'm like, you're funny. First of all, you're so silly thinking that I would be like, okay, let me train everybody so they can all work like me. No, I was not gonna do that. Anyways, I ran that company for about, I want to say a good 2 years. A good 2 years I ran that company. I helped him restart the company from the ground up. And then I ended up walking out when he brought in a new girl. And he wanted me to train that girl and replace her. And I said, okay, let me go for lunch really quick and I will be right back. Yeah, I never came back after that. Never. So I don't know how that went. Anyways, so yeah, that was the end of that. So after that, I was basically unemployed for a very long time. I would say it was like May till September. Like that whole summer I was unemployed. It was so weird. And I was like on Indeed and stuff, and then I found a job. No, they found me. It was like a real estate company, and then it was a property management company. And I truly, with all my heart, I wish I would have gone into real estate right away and not property management. Like, I just felt like I would have, yeah, Anyways, I got into property management. It was really good. I liked it. I liked the work. I didn't like the work environment. Didn't like the work environment at all. Didn't like the people. I feel like working with girls is very, I would say it's competitive, but I love competing. I love showing you that I'm right. But I don't know, working with girls is like annoying. It's like one day we're all in our periods, the second day they're all being fake, the third day they all want to learn from you. So it's like, what do you guys want? Fourth day they're talking about what they did with their husbands over the weekends, and the fifth day they talk about how long they've been working in the company and how much pride they take in working for a company who pays them a little bit over minimum wage. Anyways, I ended up getting out of that, thank God. But I love property management. I love talking about buildings. I love real estate. I can literally explain how houses built from the ground up. Also due to my fencing experience, okay, because I worked before the fencing company. I ran that place too. I ran that place. So that's how I came about into property management and real estate. Before I ended up in Mexico, I was working for I forgot the name of the company, and they were a really good company. Honestly, that was like the best property management company that I've worked for. The girls were nice, nobody envied no one. Leasing was easy because you're doing it for the university. So like they had a contract with I don't know if it was UC Monterey or it was Monterey State. No, I don't know the university, but it was from Monterey. And then they had a contract with them, so basically we were in campus, and all the students that came in for like the new semester lived in those houses. So it was never like a leasing problem where it's like I never had to lease. And I loved being there. Unfortunately, my time there wasn't long because I ended up in Mexico. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to that job. Well, yeah, I did end up going back to that job. Would I go back to property management again? Absolutely not. I outgrew it. But I would find a new job in property management, obviously. Yeah. And I wouldn't even say property management. I feel like I would just jump into real estate this time and just go for it. Because that's where like it flows so natural. I can sit here and talk about XYZ and I can literally tell you the neighborhood. I would talk to you about a neighborhood and the houses. It just flows to me so naturally. Like I don't even have to, like I don't even stutter about it. It just flows. And so yeah, that's where I would get back. And not into fashion, not into beauty. That's not me anymore. But it helped me a lot, like taking care of myself with my self-care and all that stuff. So it's a part of me that I had to let go. Anyway, so that was that's how I went for my transition of being a makeup girly, being a cosmetology girl, to a big girl job. Anyways, you guys, so that was that situation. I feel like it's important to always keep your options open because, you know, one day you're working for a 9 to 5, the next day they don't care about you. And I'm not saying that to be like mean or whatever, but I've experienced it. And for the first time in my life, I can tell you that I truly don't care. I'm just going with the flow, whether it is that we ever go back to property management, whether I end up doing real estate, wherever it is that God takes me. You always have to keep your options open and not settle, because I'm still doing YouTube, I'm still doing my vlogs, and I have so much fun with it. And I don't say I don't take it seriously, like I take it seriously, but real life Adriana outside of YouTube, I want more. Like I said, like I'll start one thing and I'll finish it, and until I get bored, then I move on to the next thing. That's how my life flows. That's how I flow. I'm just like, let's do it. and then I outgrow it, and then we move on for like what's next. And that's the beauty of it. I also used to do sports gambling until I found out that that was very masculine of me, and then I stopped. Because why is Adriana doing sports betting? There's nothing against it, but it was just not for me. And then when I realized it wasn't for me, then I just let it go. But did I make some money off of sports gambling? Yes. I haven't learned all the calculations, but now I forgot the calculations and the math behind it. It's not just betting on whoever's best athlete. It is, but it's also about the calculations. There's certain calculations that help you determine the points and all that. Or you could just join a sports betting group, which I don't even recommend that, honestly. I feel like now they just charge for everything. Anyways, I was talking to a friend and my friend goes like, oh my gosh, you did everything. I was like, yeah, I basically did. I mean, not everything, but you can't talk to me about one certain thing when I've already like been in that area, not just of one thing. You want to be a basketball player, but you can't be a basketball player because you're not even tall enough. Well, maybe you should be like a referee, or maybe you should be like the newscast. You gotta have options. Your options need to be opened. I actually learned this from a book I was reading. I think it was The Mastery by Robert Greene. Yeah, I was actually. And I didn't even finish reading that book. I was done. My neighbor has the music very loud, and usually he really annoys me. And I don't say my neighbor like in the same block. He lives right behind me, and he is really annoying. The music is annoying for me. I don't like loud music, but I also have loud music at my house. No, just kidding. But my neighbors in my actual block, we all take turns. They know, like, I'm not gonna play my music really loud in the mornings. Even my worship music, I start like at 10. Just kidding, I start at 11. And I start my mornings with classical music because that like enhances your brain. And it's true. So that's how I start my days off. So it's not like, yeah, they hear me, but they already know my schedule, you know? And I'm not like at 3 in the morning blasting music. This man, I feel like at this point we just don't even like him. That sounds mean, but it's the truth. He's like weird. I told my dad the other day, he's kind of weird because he'll like start playing like Baby Shark or something. And I'm like, and to me that screams pedophile. He's calling all the kids to his house or something. Like, that's not normal. And my dad just looks at me like, oh my gosh, Adriana. I know I be talking and saying stuff, but most of the time I'm right. Well, anyways, when I'm outside with my dog, he won't get close by it, but he'll just wave. Him and his wife will wave. And I'm just like, hi. I also know a secret that probably the whole neighborhood knows except his wife. But I'm not going to talk about it because that's not my place to talk about it. What does not apply to me is not for me. Gosh. People, did we not learn mannerisms? I'm on the last finger. Thank you, Jesus, because I was over it. I was so over it. Well, hopefully I'll go get my nails done soon. I don't know. This weekend? Maybe. I don't know. So I also didn't get my nails done for the last 2 months. Now I remember why. So I was at the gym, and mind the fact I get my nails done very short, and a weight fell on my finger, and it fell on my middle finger right here. And I had to it was nasty. And I wasn't gonna tell the girls to do my nails, and knowing that I have that is why I wasn't getting my nails done. And I just felt like, no, I did not like it, honestly, because I enjoy getting my nails done. And now that I found found a nail place that's really good. And second of all, I found what I like, and that is my Frenchies. I love having a good French. The fine man I was dating told me about my Frenchies and the type of nails I should have and whatever. And my dear, he was right. So I'm glad we got to share that moment in our lives. Anyways, you guys, I hope that you guys like this little quick video, chit chat video. I guess it's just a chit chat. Sometimes You think you have it figured out, but you really don't, okay? It took me literally to get to my 30s to realize, what are we doing? Like, I went through a strategy called, I think that it's Ikigai. That's what it's called. Ikigai. I read a book called Ikigai, and on that book, it's a self-discovery. You find your purpose with yourself. The book that I read was Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. I still have it. And on there, it gives you like a chart of yourself, what you want, whatever. And then you basically write it all out. It's not rocket science. You don't need to buy expensive books, or you don't even need to buy the book. You could just go on Pinterest and type it in, and it gives you a chart. And then it basically tells you like, oh, this is what you like, what worked out, what didn't work out, like what did you master. Anyways, and after I did that, everything made sense to me. Then I'm not this cosmetologist girl. I'm not a hairstylist. I'm not a makeup artist. Good for everyone who is, but I am not that person. And then I was able to discover my higher purpose, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. And this is where we're at. So if you guys are feeling like you're stuck, or like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with my life, you've tried XYZ, don't give up, okay? Because for somebody like me who's done a lot of things, I didn't give up. And I said, all right. That's why I embrace it. I get into hobbies like doing nails was a hobby. And I remember my dad's like, you should start taking clients. Like, it's important that you don't allow others' opinions to get to you, because everybody's gonna have an opinion. My dad would tell me like, you should start doing nails. You should start doing hair. And I get it, they see that I'm really good at doing hair and nails, but I don't love doing that like that. I just do that for fun. That's not my persona. So I had to really remind myself of my purpose, what I love doing, and it wasn't that. I'm a businesswoman. I love houses. I love playing Monopoly. Case closed. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.